The Young Investors Stock Market competition has generated much interest in the market, and last week's trio of Giselle Bishop, Lemana Legister and Richard Azan Jr. thought the competition stimulated much interest in the stock market. Lemana Legister had the distinction of winning the first and fourth quarters of the 2010 competition. He was the only competitor to have won 2 quarters. Lemana, welcome.
Thanks.
How did you do it? What strategies did you employ?
Well, I used different strategies at different times of the competition. At first, I was thinking about long term because it lasted for a year. And then later down, when things are getting a bit hectic and Richard had a good lead, I had to do some short term drastic things and some risky situations. Yeah.
So you're flexible in your strategies?
Yes.
But your basic strategy is what?
Basic, buy low, sell high. That was basically the idea.
And you felt it paid dividends?
Yes, it did, as I can see.
Now, those of your peers looking on at this program may wonder, why was Lemana so successful in, reaping rewards in excess of 30% in 1 year on stocks? That's phenomenal,
I've heard it.
That's phenomenal. What's your technique? Do you study the companies? What do you do?
Yes, I use a lot of patience. Read about them in the newspaper, see what's happening now, look at the current graphs, look at the dividends, and see what will happen or what's likely to happen with the companies.
What would you say to youngsters who are interested in the market?
I would say take the chance, but don't use all of your savings. Don't use all of your bank savings, but it's worthwhile.
The returns are good.
Yeah, they're attractive.
But the risks are high too.
It depends. That's why I said don't put in everything you have in your bank account. Just put in enough, so if you lose all, it won't really hurt you that much. But it's highly unlikely to lose all of your money.
I spoke with Giselle Bishop, our sole female competitor last year. She outlined her basic strategy and the fact that she thought the competition did a lot to trigger interest in stocks. Giselle won the second quarter of the Young Investors competition in 2010. You are the second quarter winner of our competition. How do you feel about the competition, and how do you think it can assist young people in terms of financial literacy and understanding of this stock market?
Well, the competition has been really great. It has opened my eyes to a lot of new things going on in the market and how it can be really bare at times. I've had people stop me and ask, boy, how you got into the competition? How you know which stocks to pick, how you know which one is going to advance, and so forth. And I think that the competition within itself has already gained an audience of young people that has just really brought, a certain level of literacy within itself, other than persons actually going out and trying to find out more about the stock market and the competition itself.
Your own success. You won the first quarter, and I think you won a sectional prize for coming second in one of the quarters. How do you select your stocks? This is one of the questions people often ask me when they see me on the roads. How do they select the stocks? And I'm asking you this.
Boy, well, actually, it's kind of a tedious process. For myself, I can't talk about the others, but I would actually have to sit down and look at the market. I have to look back at previous tradings. I have to look at how much each company is paying out as dividends and so forth, and actually just try and test the waters. Yes, I have to do the research, test the waters, and see where the companies are headed, so that you can put a value to how much their stocks are actually worth and how much they'll actually trade by.
So you're saying research is necessary to make informed decisions on what to buy in the market?
Most definitely.
Going forward, how do you think we can improve the competition?
I'm not really certain if any much improvement is needed. The competition was great. It was a success, I believe. I don't know if improvements as in technical or more prizes or anything of the sort would be needed, but apart from that, the competition was just really great.
And you're saying it boosted the interest of young people, you think?
Most definitely, and the awareness is definitely there. It has really helped to boost awareness.
And of course the junior market is now in vogue, and it
yes,
has
I heard it has a few more companies.
Yes, yeah. Richard Azan Jr., the youngster from Hillel Academy, who won the third quarter, found the competition stimulating and even mentioned he's graduating from a virtual competition to true investment in the market. Welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
You got 2 sectional prizes, 2 third prizes and 1 second prize, and you actually won the third quarter. You did fairly well in the Young Investor Stock Market competition. What was the basic strategy you utilized?
Well, what was important always was making sure I put in the time to do all my research. Of course, being that I was taking my exams for 5th form, really for the first half of the year, I missed approximately 3 months of bullish trading. It was actually, in my opinion, the most bullish 3-month period of trading for the year. So that was a little costly, but at all times I was making sure I did research, look at which companies paid great dividends compared to those that didn't have good balance sheets or profit and loss sheets.
Do you think the Young Investors Stock Market competition has stimulated interest among your peers at school?
Well, within the first 2 months of me entering this competition, I had teachers and even students coming to me on Monday mornings asking, are you in another stock competition? I said yes. I explained it to them. I said, oh, that's really cool. I mean, how do you get into that? And I actually have a fair amount of students at my own school, in my own grade, that are quite interested in stocks right now. We actually have discussions about it, but even outside of school, when, for example, I'll be at the racetrack, I have people that stop and ask me about it, and I see that they have a keen interest in stocks. So I assume it was very effective in capturing the interest of young people.
Would you use some of your summer money, the money you earn on summer jobs in the market?
Well, I actually have some money that I just took out of a bank account, and I'm looking towards a very productive year with equities.
Congratulations to last year's competitors. We're planning a more diversified team to carry the baton in the Young Investor Stock Market competition for 2011. I'm Owen James.